Greetings, citizens of Planet X. I am SAWYERSKYYTV, and welcome to an official Planet X contest showcase. That's right. Today we are taking a look at submissions for our Pride and Garden competition. I am SAWYERSKYYTV, and today I am joined by my wonderful partner in crime, Moony.
Hello.
So today we will be looking over 5 builds, with 3 being in Planet Zoo and 2 in Planet Coaster. However, only 3 will be eligible for final voting. Enough about the intros. Let's look at the rules and get right into the builds. The Pride and Garden competition began in June as part of our annual Pride Month celebration. Contestants had the entire month of June to construct a small garden space with colors predominantly based on one of the 32 official Pride flags. Contestants had to build their space in a 3x3, 12 meter by 12 meter space with no height limit. Custom media and TMTK were allowed, and this contest was available for all Planet Coaster and Zoo players. Our first build for the showcase and our first contender will be Bisexual Blues by SAWYERSKYYTV. And here we have Bisexual Blues by SAWYERSKYYTV. Now, I'll admit, right off the gate, it feels a little still because we are looking at a console build. That's right, we have a console submission here. Console Xbox. So we got an Xbox build here, and we have official photos from SAWYERSKYYTV to start off here. And the description reads, a peaceful purple, pink, and blue garden in the nighttime atmosphere. Has a gift shop, statue, and seating. So, initial thoughts.
Very bisexual security camera footage.
Yeah, I definitely love what's going on here, like, almost immediately. Like, this sunset design, like, the sunset decor is very great. With the PowerPoint presentation format we got here, I can actually showcase my mic and circle around it. Just a memento in a standard fantasy style. I'm not as familiar with the console prefabs as in the main game on the PC, but this looks like the standard like fantasy village design from all the prefabs.
It does.
Yeah, but like Just a Memento is not one of the shops that usually has it in this style, so I wonder if it was built from the ground up.
It's cute. I actually really like the wood paneling, how thick it is, especially around the corners.
Well, yeah, the wood paneling here, I won't spoil the surprise yet, but these are usually in the prefabs. Like the little wood panelings on the sides.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that's different, I believe, is this, which, realizing it now, might be one of those shop facade pieces that you slap in front of the shops to give it a little more depth. But we got some nice rose climbers here.
Yeah, the flowers everywhere are a really nice touch. In terms of the gardening, I think the hedges around the border make it feel like a very cozy beer garden. Like if this were like a professor like versed or something, this would be like the only beer garden, or this would be like the only like meditation space.
Yeah, especially since we do have seating in and around the area.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Miss Statue, Miss Ma'am.
Yeah.
She said hello. Let me blow bubbles at you.
Using the clamshell and the mermaid statue, it creates a very interesting thing. Like, I wonder what the story behind this is. Although, I gather it just goes into the fantasy theme.
She's entrancing you. She said you like both.
Right.
No.
That might be it. I do wish, though, we did have this in daytime. But, actually... I think we do. Transition time! Ah! Oh, what is this?
What do we got over here?
Using these few photos that I had from SAWYERSKY, I decided to create a little mini recreation. Now, I'm going to make a disclaimer. This is not the actual build. This is a recreation. So, make sure you're still supporting Sawyer. And just take that as a grain of salt that I'm just going based off of the photos, so that way we can have a full 360 view of the build.
He inspired you so much you needed to do a recreation.
Yeah. Yeah, now looking at a three-dimensional space and seeing everything kind of coming together, it's very nice to see it. Although, the bench pieces here were very interesting. I do not know if Planco Console Edition actually has the benches free from the pathing system, because in the PC I had to actually build out a path, and I didn't see any path in the version that I saw, so I'm very interested how that was done. Colors, like you can see, I really tried with the angles here. Trying to get it.
Los Angeles. Ooh. I see it. I see it.
And there was one where the statue was right here. Yeah. And of course,
it's cute.
You can see how, like, for what I did here was I just used the Gulpy energy building, and I kind of trimmed it down, removed some of the extra bits.
Yeah, it's a very cute space.
Yeah. I could give a little bit of advice to Sawyer. Notice how all the bushes right here are kind of lined up side by side. An aspect that is very easy to do is that we just kind of twist them around. It gives them a lot more shape and color.
Oh yeah, rotate your trees.
But yeah, as is, this is still an incredible view. But regardless, this is an incredible build. Again, like, favorite, subscribe to SAWYERSKYTV's Bisexual Blues for Xbox Planco Console. And if you want to support this build even further, join our Discord down below, and when voting opens up for the competition, make sure you vote for Bisexual Blues by SAWYERSKYTV. Now that we finished up here, let's check out the other two contenders in the world of Planet Zoo. Let's head on over. Our second contender and first zoo showcase will be Progress Flag Park by Kitkatree. And here we have Progress Flag Park by Kitkatree. So, Moony, initial thoughts?
This is so lovely. It looks so manicured.
Yes, it looks very manicured. And honestly, it reminds me of like a little Zen garden, in a way. Mm-hmm. Like with the cherry trees, I believe?
Cherry blossoms, yeah.
Cherry blossoms, yeah. And of course, or the well laid out path that has the gardens on each end. Which, again, so far, it regardless of if I sink it too low, this looks wonderful.
Yeah, they got really crisp angles for the progress chevron patterns. They got it done pretty good. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, already. Got the
nice work.
Whites and pinks.
Mm-hmm.
Trans flag. Wait, and isn't there a black and brown section for the progress
flag? Yeah, there is.
Mm-hmm. Well, there it is, right there.
Oh, there it is.
It's the rock and the dirt, and then between that, then you got the actual,
the trellises, too.
The classic Pride colors.
Mm-hmm.
Which is in a triangular shape, just like... just like the
And look how, clean that is.
It is absolutely clean.
Yeah, it looks like they took a ruler to it.
Yeah. I mean, it also helps that this was in a 3x3 formation, so...
Mm-hmm.
There were size constraints. But, again, the colors are just oozing everywhere. Like on this archway here. It looks absolutely incredible.
100%. This is so... I would imagine this at the peak of springtime would be the best place to take photos.
Oh, yeah. Springtime. I mean, I'll have to question you on that because let's check out some of the other environmental details that affect this build. So, let's see that. Switching to 9 p.m., we get to see the sunset in this park. And I say, this is very nice. There is no nighttime lighting for this mini park, so...
It's lovely.
Oh, yeah. And of course, I got it on the Explore mode. So we're at ground level, able to explore finer detail.
I can imagine, songbirds. I can imagine, bees, going around. Little, ladybirds.
Yeah.
Squirrels and stuff coming through here saying, Happy Pride!
Now, let's check out some other effects. Switching it over to rain, everything's got a nice shiny shine, and the water is trickling through the wood, which we don't got in Planco, but Nice shine on the flowers here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure...
Yeah, really highlights Planet Zoo's realistic weather effects. God, look at these falling blossoms.
Oh, yeah, absolutely stunning. And I bet it gets a little calmer here under tree.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, it's a lovely screenshot moment, like right here.
Oh, there you go. Oh, wow, yeah. Oh, and the planter, the tile on the bottom.
Yeah. But now that we've seen it in the rain, let's see it with the final element. So let's do that. And finally seeing it in the snow. And yeah, a lot of the snow covers up a lot of the colors. But, I mean, with the trees, they look very nice. And, hey.
That's such a sick effect.
The colors really pop thanks to the snow all around. Honestly,
yeah, look at that.
It's very lovely, though. I guess the textures on the snow is kind of... regardless. Let's head off into the placement of the build. To install Progress Flag Park, you just have to enter your Blueprint tab and slightly lower down the blueprint until you have the brown dirt patches visible on the surface. Then place it down, and you will have yourself the Progress Flag Park. The park will be a simple 291 pieces. And a great use for Progress Flag Park can be a great in-between space, moving between habitats to create a nice calming environment while enjoying your day at the zoo. And that was Progress Flag Park by Kitkatree. So make sure you head into the link in the description down below, like, favorite, subscribe, show your support to Kitkatree and the Progress Flag Park.
Yeah, fabulous place, gal. Great work.
Absolutely fantastic. And if you want to support this build in the contest, make sure you head into our Discord and make sure you vote for the Progress Flag Park. Now, let's head on to our third and final contender before showing off the final two builds. So, let's get into that. Our third build of the showcase and the final contender for the competition, we have Pride Fountain Genderfluid by Circ. And here we have the Pride Fountain Genderfluid by Circ. What are our initial thoughts, Moony?
How fluid. There's 3 layers of them.
Yeah, Genderfluid.
It keeps the tree alive. This is so cool. Oh my god.
Yeah. The description reads, a beautiful place to put a bench and talk about the intricacies of changing genders. A garden scene to place a bench as needed. Aesthetically based on the Genderfluid Pride flag, created for the Planet X Pride contest. So, we got ourselves a lovely centerpiece.
Wow.
This is definitely a centerpiece sort of thing.
Oh, this is lovely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, clear the long grass out of that stone patch and place a bench down, and that is the perfect space to read a plethora of things for the month of June, I suppose.
Definitely, and I love this swampy tree here. Like
the willow.
The weeping willow. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that has some symbolism to it, or if that's just, you know, it just looks nice.
It's beautiful.
It's definitely got like a sort of like swampy sort of feel, because it's got lily pads and the overgrowth here.
Mm-hmm.
And of course,
it's
you got the
very wetlandy, very marshy.
Beautiful flowers here, and rock work here is pretty cute. Oh man.
It feels like fairies should live here in a good way.
I mean,
Happy
it definitely
Pride.
looks like they're kind of already doing that with, it looks like the leaves falling down here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and then it's got the little balls on the side here. Didn't even realize.
Oh, work.
Yeah, it's very similar
and it's
to how Kit Kat did it with the arch.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a wonderful design here. I'm ready to see it in the other elements here, so...
Yeah, let's see.
Setting it to sunset, 9 p.m. once again, so that way we can check out this build at night. No nighttime lighting here, but it's got a very nice reflection off of the water here. Again,
Oh, yeah.
very peaceful and quaint.
This is where you make very big revelations of yourself.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely ready to see this in the rain, though, so let's check that out. Setting it to rain, we got a nice shine on the build. Oh, man. And definitely the willow stretching up high. This is definitely a great image right here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I imagine little frogs hopping on about.
But now that we've seen it in the rain, let's check it out in the snow. So let's check that out.
Ooh.
And the snow has fallen down upon the weeping willow, and we now have snow all over the Genderfluid garden.
Ooh. This looks like an anime scene.
Yeah, I could see it like angled in this sort of way with, you know, the two characters like embracing or maybe chatting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
this is where Master Oogway goes off into peach blossoms.
Oh, even the lamppost. I finally just noticed that it has colors too. Like
oh, cute. Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing.
Love that detail.
Yeah, but now we should head on over into the placement and see how we place this build down. So to install the Genderfluid Pride Fountain, make sure you click on the Blueprints tab and slightly sink down the fountain until the rocks in the very bottom left corner are just visible. And then place it down, and you have a lovely build that is about 291 pieces. As for placement tips, placing it in a plaza-like area will be a good way to utilize the Genderfluid Pride Fountain, as well as installing benches as per the recommendation of Circ. And that was the Pride Fountain, Genderfluid by Circ. If you enjoy this build, head on down into the link in the description down below and like, favorite, subscribe, show your support to Circ for this incredible build. And if you enjoy this build and you want to see it win the contest, head on down into our Discord, join the Discord, and on the day of voting, vote for the Pride Fountain Genderfluid.
Wow. So, incredible. Yeah. Great work, Circ.
Yeah, absolutely. And now that we've gotten our 3 contestants down, let's show off the 2 extra builds that won't be available for the contest, but we still want to show it off because it's special to us. So, let's check them out.
Ooh!
And here we have our 4th build of the showcase, but our first non-competitor, we have Casa Rosa by Moony. So our first build of the post-contestees showcase, we have Casa Rosa, which is made by Moony.
Hi.
So we are checking out Casa Rosa, which is based on the trans flag.
Yeah.
This is an indoor garden.
Yeah.
So Moony, why don't you explain a bit about your build?
Well, I honestly was having a hard time finding trans pride colors in the plants that were like super cohesive together in like an outdoor setting. So I was like, oh, let me just ball out on like my super special interest plant obsession and light it up with trans colors instead. And I thought, why not do a greenhouse? Nothing in the rules said I couldn't do a greenhouse. It was a garden, and this is a garden indoors. So I wanted to do something where I could really fill it up and let people kind of get lost in the jungle for a little bit, because I kind of wish a place like this would be available as a safe space.
I mean, it's definitely a very nice, and I'm sure going to be cozy once we rope in the snow and the rain. This is definitely a very nice, warm place. I'm sure it's going to be humid in here too.
Oh yeah, like 60 to 80% humidity with like up to 80 degrees indoors.
And each, like, there are exhibits on either side. This side has a diamondback terrapin, which there's a little guy right down there. And then on the other side, we have everyone's favorite little salamander, the axolotl.
Hi, mis babies.
And there's the little guy right there. I can see him.
Hola, niño. Hi.
Trouble
so
zooming
cute.
on that, but Yeah, lovely place. I cannot wait to check this out at night, which you said there's nighttime lighting, so let's check that out.
There is. Yeah.
So now we got it set to 9 p.m. as well. We got an exterior here and got the nighttime lighting coming in already. But once we head inside, it's a very different story. We got light up balls that are just lighting up this place very well.
That's the theme this contest was interpretive art orbs in gardens.
Oh, definitely. Like, orbs were definitely the thing. But
it's a very queer thing to have, I suppose.
Yeah, looking absolutely wonderful. I'm ready to see this in the rain, so let's check that out. It is now raining, and we head into the Casa Rosa to see. Oh man, I love it how the rain is actually blocking it out. It's nice and dry in here. Of course, you got everything wet out here. The metal plate, like the metal walls you used here, seem to be reflecting it pretty well.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
the place is full of Mexican plants from the tropics, so usually they would be out in the rain.
But you made them a shut-in, keeping them indoors.
They're special. They have special needs.
But it's definitely a good thing that you put them in a greenhouse, because the next element would be a threat to them. Moving on into the snow. And now the snow has fallen over the Casa Rosa. There's a heat patch right here because Moony added a warmer. But on the back side, it's still pretty warm up here. But let's see what's going on inside. Oh, nice and cozy. Are there cherry blossoms in here as well, or is that just the snow kind of clipping through?
This game was made in 2019, so heat extends outside of walls and snow falls through roofs still.
Oh, got it. Regardless, still very nice with the glass roofing.
Yeah.
I think we should head off into the placements and then get into our final thoughts. So let's get that going. When installing La Casa Rosa, head into your blueprint tabs and slightly lower down the build until there is no more railing, but not enough where the railing comes back. Then you click it right back down, and then you build the path from the inside out. Just be careful of extra pathing connecting to the other exhibits. But once you do, you have a lovely 447-piece structure at your disposal. As for where you might want to put Casa Rosa, I recommend putting it as a good midway attraction. Nothing too grand like a massive habitat or exhibit space, but not small enough where it would be passed through. This is definitely a terminus to a branch of your zoo, given its two exhibit animals within and the heater that goes out beyond the house itself. And given its name and the possible exhibit animals within, it is best to possibly put this in a Central or South American area of the park. And that was Casa Rosa by Moony. So, if you want to support this build, make sure you head into the link in the description down below and like, favorite, subscribe, and comment. Moony definitely put in work for this, and yeah, this is a very great build, so make sure you show support to the build. So, let's head on over into the next and final build that we will showcase in this stream, and that'll be our second non-contender.
Ooh!
Let's go. And here we have our final build of the showcase and our second non-competitor, the By Fantasy Gardens by SAWYERSKYYTV. And we're back in the world of Planco to showcase a build made by me, the By Fantasy Gardens, based on the bisexual flag. I made this. And I even wrote a little description. Although, believe it or not, this is the only build in the entire contest that has featured any TMTK, while everything else has had no custom media. Like, this is the only build that has TMTK, because console doesn't have that yet, and Zoo doesn't have that at all yet. Yes, I wrote a little description for this. Hello, YouTube. This is past me writing something for future me to say. Ain't that weird? Anyway, this is a small garden I made that has elements of fantasy roped in, a mysterious gazebo, statue, and flowers surrounding the space. It's definitely a build I'm very satisfied with. So yeah, what do you think, Moony?
I still think it's very, very, like, it reminds me of you know the well next to Disneyland Castle with the Snow White stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Like, reminds me of that area. Like, if it's missing like a giant like rock wall in the back, and it'd be almost that vibe completely. I love this.
Oh yeah, and I'm definitely very proud of this. I don't usually do builds in Planco. I've been struggling with my own parks for the past 2 or 3 years, but it's nice to get something quick, done, simple, and
Yeah.
with it, I created this very satisfying build, which I used like some decor pieces up here to get the spire. I of course used a bunch of wooden brackets, formed a little dome, and I created a palace fountain bowl here, which interestingly goes into the secret of the gazebo, which, look up, it's got some water. That's partially why it's a big fantasy garden, especially with the statue here and the running water. Regardless, let's check this out at night. Switching over into night real quick, checking out what the Bi Fantasy Garden looks like at night. And I've tried to incorporate the lights of the bisexual flag in here. I tried to make sure it was everywhere possible. Except for here. It was just straight up blue. And
the abyss.
yeah. Looks like an eye. I just realized, like, with the lighting.
A little bit.
Yeah. I didn't actually realize that was purely accidental. But regardless, we should probably get down into the placement of the build and then get into our finishing thoughts. So, see you there. To place the Bi Fantasy Garden, you can select the scenery or building tool and then click from there. Then, all you have to do is lower down the build until it reaches a show me, hide me. Doesn't matter if you can get the text right there, it's all fine and good. And then it's highly recommended to have a path. Stick that out here. Stick it to about 15 degrees. Make sure you're going a little straight here. And then boom, you have yourselves a lovely build that's about 361 pieces. As for a good use for the Bi Fantasy Garden, it's a good middle way area, getting between one attraction to another, or maybe the ending cue of a fantasy attraction. And that was the Bi Fantasy Garden by me, SoGenesis. If you'd like to show support to this build, make sure you like, favorite, subscribe, and comment. It would be very appreciated. But now that we're all done here, let's finish off this showcase. And that was our builds. Make sure you head into the description down below and like, favorite, subscribe, and comment on all the builds showcased today, both in the contest and not in the contest. For our 3 contestants, SAWYERSKYYTV, Kitkatree, and Circ, make sure you join the Discord to support them when voting opens up soon. They'll definitely need it. If you want to join in on our contests, join the Discord as well, and follow our announcements on social channels for contest information or for future showcase videos. Anyway, that is all we have for today. Thank you to everyone who participated in the contest and celebrated Pride Month with us. I am SoGenesis.
And I'm Moony.
See you guys around, and happy Pride!
Happy Pride.